yeni nisbətləri görmürlü demişkən, mən özüm Rashid Aliyev bəlkə Betlik layihəsindən tanıyarsınız, keçən yeni fikrin qalibi və s. Azərbaycanın başqa ölkələrə çıxardan bir layihə, bir yaxınlarda da GSTCI Competition'da 740 layihə arasında finalda son çıxış eləmək üçün 15 startupın siyasına düşmüş bir layihəyi. Pirat Summit özünüz bildiyiniz kimi artıq bu 3-cü ildir ki, dünyada keçirilir, bu 3-cü olur, 5-ci. Və bu ildə Pirat Summit Azərbaycana gəlib, Azərbaycanın da bir dənə ən yaxşı layihəni seçib, bu il Kolgerdə, Almanyada finalda iştirak yapması və orada slotda çıxış eləmək üçün investorlar qarşısında hüquq qazanacaq. Və bir də deyim, yəni, bura gəldiyiniz üçün və sənət göndərdiyi üçün təşəkkür edirik. Eyni qaydada burada əlavə investorlar da var. Bəlkə sizin layihələrdən maraqlansalar, yəni ətraf əlavə olaraq da sizlərlə görüşə bilərlər. Now I want to give words to our guests and to our jury, starting from my Zemrik, just from Next Step Innovation Center. Və onlar Next Step İnnovasiya mərkəzindədir və özləri də investorlar hazırda Silikon Vadisindən və Concorda kapitallar bir yerdə Next Step İnnovasiya mərkəzini təmsil edirlər. Və sizə your words.
So, good to be here, good to see you all, good to be part of this this competition. My name is Naeem Zafar. I was born in Pakistan, and I'm living in the United States, working in Silicon Valley for 35 years. I'm an electrical engineer, and I'm a serial entrepreneur with 7 companies. My last company was acquired by Oracle. If you have an iPhone 6, the fingerprint technology came from us. Apple bought that company. And I've been teaching as a professor of entrepreneurship at the University of California, Berkeley, as well as some other universities like Brown University. And I'm glad to be here. We're helping set up this innovation center, Next Step in Baku. And looking forward to seeing more.
Thank you.
My name's Rasmusen, and the two of us, Naeem and I, are Concordia Ventures. We work together as an education advisory firm around the world. My background, Berkeley, electrical engineering, went into the business world almost straight away. My first 5 companies went from 0 revenue all the way through public offering. In the 90s, I left the corporate world and started advising startups. Became an angel investor and a member of Sandhill Angels. Just thinking, I think I've seen over 10,000 individual pitches. I've been part of 300 startup competitions. In 2008, I got called by the Canadian government to help set up their programs in Silicon Valley, and I've done that now for about a dozen countries around the world. I helped set up the Vodafone Accelerator in the Valley, and we're working here in Azerbaijan, as has been mentioned, setting up an innovation center here in Azerbaijan. My first time here, beautiful country, beautiful city. I've really enjoyed living here, so thank you very much.
Again, thank you for your speech. Also, I want to thank High-Tech Park Azerbaijan again for hosting our event. And now we're giving the word to Till, who is a representative of Pirate Summit, and thanks you to accept and to look to Azerbaijan for our startups and collect one from us. Now, let's stay.
Thank you very much. All right, I want to thank you first, Bethley and High-Tech Park Azerbaijan for just supporting this, for initially getting in touch with us. I think we met in Dubai 2 months ago, and he doesn't even remember me, but anyway, so I was moderating the startup pitches there, so I've been quite a lot around in Europe and the Middle East, and basically what we're doing is we are initially supporting and trying to make the matchmaking happen for investors and very early stage startups, and connect, to bring a bit more connectivity in places, not for example like London or for example Stockholm, where you have very mature ecosystems and everything is running. You have a lot of investors there, but also we focus on Eastern Europe. We try to bring a lot of VCs to Eastern Europe, to Middle East, and just connect both worlds and in a very early stage phase. So basically, we're trying to look in every city in the Middle East and Europe, and trying to select at least one startup that we're going to invite for the Pirate Summit in Cologne, which is happening on September 2nd and 3rd every year. So basically, like early September every year. So basically, that's a very short introduction. And if you want to tweet, you can use the hashtag Pirates on Shore. Do you have any local hashtag here?
Yes, POS Baku.
POS Baku.
Yes.
Perfect. So how many of you use Twitter here?
Twitter Ohrman.
Oh, that's very popular here. Okay, 5. Yeah. Okay, all right. That's a different ratio.
Why?
Okay, so we're not going to tweet tonight. Okay, but if you have any questions, just feel free to raise your hand or like tweet at me if you use Twitter. I also need to thank our sponsors like KPMG, Brown, Myra. These are the last two are local or like non-local. They are Eastern European accelerators. They basically pay all the flights and pay all the hotels I'm traveling to all across Europe, Middle East since February. And basically, they're just supporting the mission on bringing more connections in the ecosystem. That's myself. I'm Till. You can tweet at me as well, but not tonight, I guess. I'm the CEO and co-founder of the Pirate Summit and several other events. And we are, as I said, focusing on the connection on the very early stage startup companies. And we recently introduced a new format called Exec.io, which is a bit more focused on later stage companies. Focusing on more Western Europe, where we have a focus on fintech. So anyone who's raising like more than 1.5 million or looking for corporate contacts, we just had our event in Frankfurt with 400 people. I think 150 investors were there, 70 corporations, like more exec people, and we just connect within the fintech circle. So if you run a fintech startup, we are also happy. I'm very happy to talk to you later on and tell you more about the program. So I'm based in Cologne, Germany, or Köln. Maybe you know that. Anyone? Köln?
Yeah.
You've been to? Is it rather Köln or Cologne here? Köln. Okay. So it's funny. How many people of you have been to Cologne? Köln? 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's scratching. Okay, not number 5. All right. So maybe you know some business or entrepreneurial conferences which are usually happening around very boring Hilton hotels or like very boring conference halls. We try to do things a bit different. For example, do you know TechCrunch?
Yes.
So this is the sorry? Yeah, exactly. So Mike Butcher, like from TechCrunch Europe, and we have basically every speaker riding in on this robot horse. So they're just riding on stage on that thing because just we can, and it's a very nice venue, which is where these kind of robots are very good fitting to the whole spirit. I guess you guys, of course, know the Burning Man, but it's as you've been to Cologne, maybe you know also the Carnival there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's a very unique tradition. It's basically called the Nubbel burning, and during Carnival you can expect like 1.5–2 million people on the streets for 1 week. Nothing is happening, just drinking and having fun. And on the last day of the Carnival, there's this guy called Nubbel. He's hanging above every pub, every place where you can drink alcohol. This guy gets thrown on the street and burned. So basically with the burning, all the sins you did during Carnival are burned. All the bad stuff you did during drinking too much. Sorry?
There's somehow local...
Seriously?
Yeah, but it's national...
Holiday.
New Year.
Yeah, national
Spring Festival.
And jumping over for
Oh, nice. Okay, so I guess anyway, like somewhere else in the world, we have there are similar traditions. So this is coming from the Rhineland area, the Cologne area, and basically we adapted it for the Pirate Summit because we think with all the ups and downs, mostly downs, in running a company, it's a very nice thing you can do. There are like a lot of people standing around the Burning Man, and just having fun, drinking beer, having good connections there. So basically, this is what we do. But we also try to make a very good business for the people who come there, not only fun. As I said, we're going to have a very huge pitching competition, which is like a bit more high quality because I've been to all the places across Europe and the Middle East, and I already selected I've seen maybe 8 to 10 in each ecosystem, and we're going to invite one, and they're going to pitch at the Pirate Summit. So it's like a bit more quality than in other pitching competitions, and it's going to be very huge with around 70 pitches. It's going to be very international, so we have around about 45–50 countries represented within the pitch competition. And of course, we're working very closely with like very early stage fund, as I mentioned, like the accelerators, and some other funds that are focusing on very early stage investments. Just as a brief note on the speakers, we just don't pay any speaking fee, so we keep the speaking slots very bullshit free. This is what we try to achieve every year, or what we're achieving every year. So there's no marketing talk of any, like there's even KPMG sponsoring us. Even though they are sponsoring us, they don't have a talk on stage where they're representing their product and so on. They're just there to mingle, to meet some cool startups, and that's it basically. So we want to keep a very pure entrepreneurship level. For example, we have speakers like this guy. He's right now I think he's 30 years old. I think he raised $250,000 last year. This is Rob Fitzpatrick. He wrote the book The Mom Test. Maybe you guys heard about that. So it's like a customer validation book, and these guys, they just closed, actually, I didn't know that, I put them on anyway, they just closed a private equity round of, I think, 50 million euros. These guys are the founding team members of Jimdo. Yeah. So these guys are just coming to the conference because they like it, the atmosphere. We have around 2,000 applications every year, so you just cannot go on our website and just buy a ticket. You have to apply, and we have to double check if your company sounds exciting, if your profile sounds exciting, and if you're worth being a pirate. So we accept around 500, 600 people of these 2,000. Additionally, we have around about 150 to 175 VCs here. As I already said, like covering everything from accelerator investments, 25K, up to some angel investment, accelerator investment, up to 1.5 million euros. I would say that's our sweet spot. That's where we have around about 80% of the European VCs attending the conference. I also travel a lot, especially during February and now. With the help of 60 ambassadors, we organize these events all across these regions. And yeah, we also have quite a good number of success stories. The funniest one is where Dave McClure invested basically live in the company on stage. We had this event in Berlin where he was seeing this pitch, and the guy went on stage. As usually, he destroyed them, like with their pitch, and he just whatever, get the fuck out of here. And then, but anyway, he changed his mind like 2 hours later, because he got a call. His assistant called the guy, the founder, and then he needed to come back to the venue. And Dave told him that he wants to invest, I think, 250,000 euros. So basically, it was happening on the same time, on the same day, and the next day the contract was signed. So the company is called Versus.io. You can check it up online on TechCrunch actually. And a few other companies that pitched at our events in 2011. They recently got acquired by Dropbox 2 times, actually, very funny. And like in a very close time span, they got acquired. And I think not like a 500 million exit, but something in the range of 10 to 50 million, which is also a nice achievement, I would say. Yeah, so basically that's a number of success stories that are going to happen at the Pirate Summit, that are actually happening. And with the increasing quality of the attendees, I'm pretty sure that we keep the company, the numbers growing for this year as well. These are some kind of the attendees listed. Maybe most interesting for you are the investors. For example, we have Quality Capital, Axel Partners, Index Ventures, Point 9 Capital. So basically, as I said, I think maybe 75 to 90% of the VCs coming from all across Europe and investing in Europe are there. I would love to have more US-based VCs there, but I mean, it's not going to happen. They just have enough deal flow in the US, I guess. Yeah, we have a few startups as well, good quality, and a few corporations, but they are mostly focusing on the German market. We have around 60% founders, 30% investors coming, a few corporations, and my co-chair riding the robot horse as a journalist. So that's it basically from my side. We're going to have this dinner tonight. We're going to start now with the pitches. I'm very excited about that. We just had one pitch, so there's a ninth one. I will tell you guys, you can just write it down. Is Elshad here?
Is our